So, culture, communities, and the nation. The importance of community identities. Community identity is based on birth and belonging rather than on some forms of required qualification or accomplishments. So, community identities are based on birth, they are ascriptive in nature and not achieved. That is, no qualification or accomplishments are required for one's community identity. It is an identity of a person on the basis of his birth and belonging to a particular that stands somewhere in social hierarchy and kinship. It's social stratification that gives an individual a particular identity, that is his name, caste, surname, etc. And it is a type of a social stratification which gives an identity to a person in terms of his name, caste, surname, etc. Community identity is formed through process of socialization that involves a continuous dialogue, negotiation, and even struggle against significant others. This is directly involved in our lives. So, community identities are formed through process of socialization, which involves continuous dialogues, negotiations, and struggles with others. Then our own identity is established. Like our parents, family, kin, group, and our community. Thus, community identity is determined by the accidents of birth and do not involve any choice on the part of the individual concerned. These types of identities are called ascriptive as they are determined by birth. People feel a deep sense of security and satisfaction in belonging to communities. A person belonging to a particular community feels himself secured and he feels himself satisfied that he is a part of the community. Ascriptive identities are difficult to shake off even if we choose to disown them. Others may continue to identify as by those very makers of belonging. Expanding and overlapping circles of community ties like family, kinship, ethnicity, language, giving meaning to our world and gives us the sense of identity. So, the different things like the family, kinship, ethnicity, language gives a meaning to our world and gives us some sense of identity. Ascriptive identities and community feelings are universal. Everyone has a motherland, a mother tongue, a family, a faith. We all are equally committed to our respective identities. Our community provides with our mother tongue and the cultural values through which we comprehend the world. So, community helps us in giving us the mother tongue and the cultural values, and we, because of this, we comprehend with the world, rest of the world. It also anchors our self-identity. Community conflicts are very hard to deal with since each side thinks of the other side as a hated enemy, and there is a tendency to execrate the virtues of one own side as well as the vices of the other side. So community conflicts are very hard to deal with because in such type of conflicts, one side, one community will always praise his own community and will treat the other community as a hated enemy. It is very hard for people on either side to see that they are constructing matching but reversed mirror images of each other. And in such type of community conflicts, each side tries to create a very different, a very downgraded image of each other. At times, both sides are indeed equally wrong or right. At other times, history means judge one side to be the aggressor and the other to be the victim. So one side, at the end, one side is said to be an aggressor and the other a victim. But this can happen long after the heat of the conflict has cooled down. Some notion of a mutually agreeable truth is hard to arrive at in situations of identity conflict, and it is very difficult to arrive at a particular solution in such type of conflicts. It is important for people to belong to communities based on cultural identities like a caste, ethnic group, region, or religion, because there is no other criteria so far invented for the introduction of a man. Every individual is born in a family. Each family is descendant of some ancestor. There are kith and kins connected with material ties. Hence, it is society that gives name to an individual. Every individual has a family, has a kinship of his own, and have ancestors, descendants of his own, and there are kith and kins connected with material ties. Hence, it is society that gives name to an individual. Community identities are not acquired but sticks to us with the birth. For example, if someone is born in Brahman family, he sees people from other castes show reverence and honor to his family. Such feelings lead him to destructive path because his mind is fed in ego. A person belonging to a particular community, and that community is given a greater importance in the society. The person belonging to that community will get an ego. He will get an ego, and he will start thinking himself to be a part of a superior clan or a superior community. In case he could not accomplish education expected for the profession of a priest, he would resort to negative side of activities like plotting, interview, etc. And if he is not able to get the education that a priest is required to, then he will pursue a destructive path. That is, he will start plotting or he will start interviewing with others, and thus spread malice of conflict, controversies, etc. in the community attended by him as Brahmin. Likewise, transmission of socialization not only explained by a parents or whatever told, if that all is untrue, brings malice in society. And all those things regarding the socialization affairs that are being taught by the parents to the children, if they are proved to be untrue, then also there are chances that a lot of malice and a lot of challenges can be faced by a person. Such blind loyalty towards one's community manifests in communalism, and loyalty towards one's community creates the problem of communalism, casteism, and regionalism. Thus, the most educated people are seen indulged with subversive activities performed at the behest of some shrewd people intended to get the demands be fulfilled by the government. The sole purpose of education, also one of the most important component of socialization, is to increase a sense of reflexivity or introspection so that every child could understand or unveil the reality. An individual cannot be deceived by anybody from outside and even from within when self-realization or conscience is acquired. It cannot be inculcated by teachers but comes through self-analysis and contemplation without any attachment to the descriptive identity. So education also helps a person in molding his behavior, in making him understand all the things in a positive manner, and making him to understand how to do introspection and analyze all those things before taking final decisions.